Hi and welcome to my first tutorial. This one's going to be for the Scalded hand. Now this is a really simple look that can be easily recreated with just a few products. To make this you will need some liquid latex, a bruise wheel, but if you don't have a bruise wheel then you can just use some coloured paints, some scissors, some talcum powder and some petroleum jelly. Starting off with the red from the bruise wheel, or maybe the red from the colour paints, you want to have a think about where you want to put these burn marks across the palm of your hand or on your face, depending on where you're going to be doing the work. For myself, I'm going to do mine on my hand, so I'm going to be looking at putting one area by where my thumb is, the second area along the top of the palm area of my hand, and then finally up the length of one of my fingers. As I say, you want to be having a think about how you would hold something if you've got this effect, or if it's on your face, how would it hit your face coming up through the sides, etc. Once you've kind of got a rough outline of where you want this to go, you want to be applying a nice deep colour of the red across the bottom of it. This is where the latex is going to go over the top, so filling this in so that it's done ahead of the latex is going to save you some time a bit later on. Once we're finished with the red burn area, we want to grab a sponge to go with our latex. You can get these sponges from most chemists or makeup stores relatively cheaply, and you want to then dab the latex onto the area where you're going to want this effect. Don't be too shy with the latex. You want to make sure that you're giving it a good coating, and you want to let it fully dry in between each coat. The more you put on, the better. I would say probably in this you want to put about 3 layers on. This will make sure that when we do the pulled skin look a bit later on, that you're going to have a nice thickness of latex to give that exposed skin look. Now that the latex is all dry, what you want to do is grab your scissors, and please be careful with this, they are scissors and you do not want to be pushing down too hard and that you end up breaking your own skin. What you want to do is very lightly use the edge of the scissors to try and lift a little bit of the latex, and once you've got it a bit exposed, pop in there and start to cut the latex. Again, be very mindful not to actually cut yourself. Here you want to be thinking more of like a blister, so you want to be cutting up a bit through the center, a little bit to the sides, and then as you do that you want to use your finger to roll the latex back so it gives it that folded skin look. You want to do this in each area. Take your time, don't rush it. Make sure that it's giving you the area covered that you wanted to. Okay, so the next step in this is going to be to remove the shine that you get from the latex once it's all dried. To do this, we can use some talcum powder, and you want to lightly brush that over all of the latex, and make sure you clear all the talcum powder off. And this will then allow us to do a little bit more work, and it doesn't then look too false. Once we've done that, we now want to grab hold of your bruise wheel, and we want to grab hold of the red, just touch up some of the areas to add in a little bit more of a deeper colour. We're going to start off with the red and fill in those areas, if any of them have kind of lost that deepness that we originally had. And then once we've done that, what I normally do is I take the darker brown that you can see on the bruise wheel, and you want to apply this more to the edging of the scalded area. And this works for two reasons. First one is to give you a bit of depth by adding in that darker colour. Secondly, it's going to give it a bit more of a sense of rawness, because if it's too brightly red, it's going to not look as real. Finally, we're going to apply some petroleum jelly to the exposed skin areas. This is going to make the wound look very, very fresh. You can use this just by using a brush and apply quite a bit into the area, so it kind of gives it that sheen, and this will help really complement the look and make it look more realistic. If you'd like to, what you can do is use a red and just apply a little bit to the exposed skin folded area. This will give it more of a look of realism, as if the injury's only just happened, and giving it that irritated look.